A lot has been uncovered by the police about the key suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, after he was taken into custody by the police. Now, there was a press conference after his arrest, and at the press conference, a lot was said, including the fact that authorities explained that they had interviewed Tyler Robinson's roommate, who at a point showed them some messages between Tyler Robinson and this roommate on a platform called Discord. Honestly, I had never heard of Discord up until now, but it turns out there's a social media platform like that called Discord, and it's beginning to look like Tyler Robinson may allegedly have planned this and discussed it to an extent on this platform. This roommate showed the authorities messages between himself and another contact named Tyler, per the details on the Discord platform. Now, these messages allegedly discussed the need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point that had been left in a bush and wrapped in a towel. The alleged conversation also discussed the items, which included a scope and described the rifle as unique. Now, bear in mind that these messages were actually alleged to have been sent after the assassination of Charlie Kirk at the State of Utah University, and the timing suspectedly coincides with the timing after the assassination, which would then coincide with the time the alleged assassin would have been fleeing, which would then bring up the need for the rifle to be discarded. And looking at the range the shot was allegedly made from, they are saying it's about 200 yards. It means the person would have needed a scoop. So it begins to tie in with the circumstances surrounding the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. But it doesn't end there, because investigators also identified an individual who they would eventually lead to, and this person would turn out to be the roommate and everything. But then this individual, after showing them those several messages, also allowed investigators to take photos of the screen. Now, these photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between this phone contact of Tyler and Tyler Robinson's roommate device. The content of these messages include what I've told you, and it seems like a lot was planned there. It's not actually confirmed yet whether this was actually Tyler Robinson discussing this there, or it's just somebody else who is doing this, because it looks like it could be that or it could be something else. But given the fact that it's coming from Tyler Robinson's own roommate, it begins to create the possibility, and in fact a strong possibility, that it could have been Tyler Robinson discussing this there. Because at the end of the day, the question is, why would it have been sent to the roommate? The authorities indicate that the messages referenced in recent reporting about planning details, and it looks like it could be something or it could be nothing. The fact that the account is also named Tyler is something else. And the bigger bit in all this is the fact that the timing in which the messages were sent actually coincides with the timing of the actual assassination of Charlie Kirk. So it doesn't seem like it's something the authorities are letting go. But in a twist, the owners of Discord, the company that owns Discord, are also rebutting this claim by the authorities. They're actually saying that the messages referenced in the recent reporting about planning details of Tyler Robinson with regards to the fatal act committed on Charlie Kirk do not appear to be on Discord messages. They are quoted as actually saying, I quote, "These were communications between Tyler Robinson's roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of a note the suspect had left elsewhere." Now, if this is true, quote, end of quote, of course, but if this is true, then it means that it still comes back to Tyler, just that it may not have been on Discord if this is true, but that it was actually a note. So the whole thing becomes something else. But then it's also been reported that they went on to say that it had removed an account associated with Robinson for violating its off-platform behavior policy, and also went on to indicate that they strongly condemn violence of any kind, including political violence, and they will continue to coordinate closely with law enforcement. Well, as is expected, actually. But you see, the thing is all about the timing and the accuracy of the information. As it stands now, the reports out there are saying that the messages were sent through a Discord account, and authorities actually took pictures of it with regards to the messages that were allegedly sent between this roommate of Tyler Robinson and another account called Tyler, making specific reference to the scope and all. And I was telling you, the shot was allegedly made from 200 yards away, so definitely you need a scope on a rifle that will be used for that. And for these discussions to be happening between the roommate of now suspect Tyler Robinson and another account named Tyler after the incident, I think it's something that authorities will definitely have to look into, because there could be something there. But at the end of the day, it's still unfortunate that Charlie Kirk is gone. And it's also important, I think, that until it's fully settled, it's not just assumed that all this was over difference in opinions on political issues. Maybe there could be more. Maybe that is all it is. Now, there's an episode I'm going to do after this video where it's going to highlight a key conversation that is coming up in some circles with regards to the similarity between the approach used by Luigi Mangione and Tyler Robinson. Looking at the fact that they are around the same age group and they are all trying to step up against something. There's a conversation gradually coming up out of that scope or context, and I'm going to put out a special episode that will delve a bit into this, and you give me your take on it. I don't know, but it looks like people are not ready to have fruitful conversations about issues anymore, and they think that violence is the answer. As time has proven, violence has never been the answer. RIP to Charlie Kirk. My heart goes out to his family once again, and I would love to hear your views in the comment section. I'm still following the case. I'll bring you updates as and when they are due. Catch you on the next one.